What is up, Varsity Podcast fans? It's Derrick. You can see me down here in the little corner. Gonna be mixing up the content a little bit with my video today. We are gonna be doing something that I am a big fan of, which is ranking the NHL jerseys. I'm a big hockey fan. These are specifically all the home jerseys. All the images you see below are the new Fanatics, Authentic, Pro, Breakaway, whatever. Super expensive $500 jerseys, just as like stock images to use for the home jerseys this year. So I obviously have my tiers over here: S, A, B, C, and F. And we're going to be ranking them. I'm mostly just going to, there's not a specific criteria. It's more just like my opinion on the jersey itself. And also probably just if I would add it to my collection, like, something like that. Just it's all kind of my opinion, just something for fun that I thought we would do. So I have all of the jerseys here. So we are going to be ranking all of them here. So without further ado, let's get started with the Boston Bruins right here. So Boston, I really like their colorway. The black and yellow and a little bit of white. It does not fail. It is better. I'm glad they switched back to this because I did not like last year's personally. This black one, very clean jersey, very iconic jersey, especially the shoulder patches. One of my favorites. So I would probably say higher B tier for now. Not a one that I definitely want to add to my collection right away, but one that is on that list. So next up, Carolina Hurricanes. I really like Carolina's colors. I'm a big sucker. My favorite two colors together on jerseys are like black and red. So this Carolina one, I really like this black one with that logo. I won't lie, it's not my first one that I would want to add as a Carolina one. My personal favorite is the home one. That's the all red one with the regular Hurricane logo. But overall, still a very solid jersey. I would probably say I'd probably put this one up in A tier because this is one of them that's definitely on my list, though. I like this one, but I would at least prefer to get their red one first. Now, without further ado, the next one. The new LA Kings rebrand ones. I really like these. I really like the retro look. Or not even the retro, how they're going back to that older logo where it fully says Kings. I'm not going to lie, very clean jersey. I also like the Kings colors, just the way they work. I love the whole retro look to it, and I've seen it like the only other kind of tough thing that can help make a jersey is the numbers on it, which I briefly remember most of the numbers on all of them. But this Kings one, I'm not gonna lie, when I seen that they were going to these retro ones, I was like, oh, I really, really like this. So this is probably gonna be our first S tier. I really mess with this Kings one, so it's probably gonna be my first S tier. Now, next up, Ottawa Senators. Again, I'm a sucker for black and red. I really mess with this one. Although I think it's kind of simple, like with just the two stripes on the sleeve and the big stripe kind of on the bottom. Um, I like the logo. I would say I'm kind of torn because it's like it doesn't stand out to me a whole lot. Like where like I really want it. I'd probably say this one would be B tier, at least just right behind Boston's. Alright, so next up we have the Pittsburgh Penguins. Again, I really like the black and yellow color scheme. Also kind of how they got that white in there. And then also, it's kind of weird like right here. I hope you can see my mouse, but if not, how they just got that bit of yellow on the sleeve. Again, solid jersey. Numbers look clean. And I'm kind of stuck on this one. I'd probably say B, but not before Boston's and before Ottawa's. All right. Next up, St. Louis. St. Louis has had some good jerseys. I think most of St. Louis jerseys that I like are more like their alternate jerseys or like throwbacks. This one particularly though, I think it's almost doing too much to me with the darker blue, the lighter blue. I'm cool with the white and yellow. I think at times it's almost doing too much. It's not a bad jersey, but I prefer more of St. Louis's alternate jerseys, like when it's kind of more solid. So I'd probably place this one in C tier. It's not the worst, but it's just it's not, at least for me, it's not that great. It's just kind of doing too much a little bit. Next up, my own team, the Tampa Bay Lightning. You already know this is immediately going to S. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, I know we have a pretty plain jersey. I'm not gonna lie. Again, with Tampa Bay, I like a lot more of their older '90s and early 2000s jerseys. Um, the home one, it looks better with the numbers on it and the name on the back. I'm not gonna lie. So I personally also own two of these ones with different players actually, but I'm not gonna lie. Excuse me. Probably gonna place this one in C tier. Not before, not before St. Louis though, just because that's my own team. And I do own two of them, but I'm not gonna lie, it is still a pretty basic jersey. The numbers kind of help it out a bit. Next up, Toronto. Almost a similar one to Tampa Bay, just a different logo. I'm not gonna lie, I like the logo, at least the whole maple leaf and where it says Toronto Maple Leafs, and they at least have more stripes added onto it. So yeah. With that being said, I'm probably gonna place this one in C tier. Just not before Tampa's though, because most people on the show know that I don't mess with Toronto. And yeah, and honestly, probably I'm not even gonna lie, I'd put St. Louis before this because if it's more of what I would get, I'd probably get a St. Louis jersey before I would get a Toronto jersey. Just because, like most people know on the show, I don't mess with Toronto, and haters gonna hate, but hey. Next up, we have Vancouver Canucks. I really like the Canucks logo. How it's almost, it makes like that C with, I think it's a killer whale, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But I really like the jersey. And with the numbers, it almost makes it even better. And how they have the cool shoulder patch where it's their alternate logo. I really mess with it, but it's good. But there's a lot of other jerseys that I'd buy before this one. So I'd probably place it. Honestly, I'm thinking all these with the numbers on the back of them as well. Because there's no images for those. It was a project. This is tough because like I do mess with this jersey low key, but there's a lot of other good jerseys as well. I'm honestly like thinking A tier, but not before Carolina's, because I really do mess with like the logo and everything like that. Next up, Colorado Avalanche. That was a rough year for 2022 when Tampa lost to them in the finals. But nonetheless, I really do like Colorado's jerseys, like the colors, and especially when they have the numbers on the jersey. It's a very unique like way they do the numbers, like just style. I really mess with it. Again, this one is probably gonna be like A tier, but it would be before Vancouver. So I really mess with that one. Seattle Kraken, I really like their colors and the way they did their logo of like the S with it being like a Kraken tentacle. I really mess with that. So, and just like I know they're still newer, so it's kind of harder to gauge like their history of jerseys and stuff. I like this one. I would say probably lower B tier. All right, next up, Vegas. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I do not really like it. And this is not even me being like a Vegas hater or nothing like that. I don't like it. I just don't like the all gold one and the way it looks. Like it's like glittery-ish. Like I'm not a big fan of it. I wish they would stick with their one home jerseys that were the gray color. I think it's called pewter. I wish that was still their home jerseys and not this one. So I'm not gonna lie. This is probably my first F tier one. Like, I don't plan on getting this one. If I'm gonna get a Vegas one, it's gonna be either the pewter one or one of their alternates. Like, I don't mess with the gold one, and I wish that was not their home jerseys. Next up, Minnesota Wild. I've always liked Minnesota's logo, like the uniqueness behind it. I kind of like the like stripe, how it goes across the front and matches the sleeves. But overall, I mean, that's about it. It's not doing too much for me. I wish it was maybe a little more red, maybe even a stripe on the bottom or something on the top. Overall, it's not bad. It's just it doesn't speak to me crazy like that. So I was gonna say this would probably be like still a very good logo though. So I would say probably like a high C tier on like the list of ones that I would get. Probably like a high C tier. Like I wish it had a little more to it, but still a solid jersey. Again, I really like some of their alternates more than their mains. Dallas Stars. I really like the logo. I know a lot of people like the older Dallas stuff. I'm a fan of this jersey personally. Like I like it's kind of simple, but the colors work, and especially when the numbers and stuff are on it. This one would probably be B tier, like but before Ottawa, but after Boston and Pittsburgh. All right, Columbus. You would think I live in Ohio, I'd mess with Columbus, but I don't. But overall, again, this year, big thing, RIP to Johnny Goodrow. Very tragic. Wish he was still here. Columbus, I like their logo. I kind of like the jersey, how they're kind of similar to Colorado, how they have it where it goes like from the shoulder all the way down the arm. Overall, I mess with it, and especially the way they do their numbers. They're kind of unique. Overall, I actually kind of like the jersey. I'd say this one would probably be. Where could I see myself getting this one? I'd probably honestly rate this one A tier. I really like this jersey, but not before all these ones. But I do mess with it. I honestly want to get like either this one or I might end up getting like a Calgary Flames one for Johnny Goodrow and add that to my collection. Next up, the Winnipeg Jets. I've always kind of liked the Jets logos and how they have like that kind of baby blue color in there. I've always kind of liked that. Um, for the Jets, I would probably say B. Maybe after, yeah, probably about here. I would get this one over a Seattle one, but not before an Ottawa one. All right, next up is going to be the new Anaheim Ducks ones. I freaking love these ones. I love the rebrand they did. I love the way the numbers look on them, how they're still using their old logo on the shoulders. The new logo is just sick, and I think all the colors blend into this one so well. I seen them when they released these, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to have to add this to my collection. So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to also put this one up in S tier. Two teams in S tier who rebranded their jerseys this year. Could be maybe just because they're newer and it's something we haven't seen in a while, but I'm not going to lie. The way they both of them did the rebrand, they are very clean jerseys. Next up, Philly. Philly always has unique jerseys to me because of the way they have the orange and they have like the white part going down, and then also like how on the back they don't have just the lettering, they have like the literal color block for the name, which I've always kind of liked. It's a little unique and it kind of works. It's a little unique and I like it. Where am I going to rank this one? I'm probably going to also put this one like man, I'm kind of torn. I'd probably put this in I'd honestly probably put this one in A tier before Columbus because I've always kind of liked Philly's jerseys for being a little different. I've always kind of liked them. Calgary Flames. Ah man, this might get some unpopular opinion, but I'm not gonna lie. F. I don't like these ones because they remind me of like McDonald's colors, and I'm just like, I like their logo and everything. I just don't like the red and yellow. I just don't like it. I liked when the Flames actually had black in their jerseys, and they were like I'm thinking like 2010s Flames. Maybe that's just nostalgia for when I got into hockey, but that's the I've always liked those version of the Calgary Flames jerseys. I never liked this rebrand they did with these ones. I never liked them. It's just they're kind of basic, and I just don't like the way the colors work. And I know that sounds stupid because obviously you think Flames, you think red, yellow, but just I liked it when they had the black in the jersey. Like I said, go look at like the 2010s and 2000s. Those are the Calgary Flame jerseys I liked. Another jersey that I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna be another S tier. I actually have a Patrick Kane Chicago Blackhawks jersey. I've always liked Chicago's jerseys. Like I said, won't lie, I'm a sucker for red jerseys. It's my favorite color. But I'm going to be putting theirs in S tier. One, because say what you want about the logo on the front. I like the logo. That's all I'm going to leave it at. I've just always liked the way they done their jerseys, like the white and the black stripes. The numbers are simple, but they look good. And I like the shoulder patch where it's the C with the two tomahawks. And again, I actually own this one in my collection. Like that's one jersey I for sure wanted just because I like the jersey. Next up, Detroit Red Wings. I'm not gonna lie, this is another one that I own in my collection. So I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't say this one is S tier because I don't want too many S's, but it is definitely high A. Like again, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little simple with just the two white stripes on the sleeves and then the bottom, but it just works. I mean, the Red Wings original 6 team, classic logo. I love it. I won't put it in S, but it will definitely be high A. Again, this is actually one that I own. I own a DeBrincat one. So, like I said, that is definitely a high A tier jersey. I mean, I've just always liked the Red Wings one. I personally actually want to get a Patrick Kane one in maybe like the white, or if they do like a cool alternate or a throwback. And I actually want to get a Gordie Howe one. So, clearly see, I do like me some Detroit jerseys. Next up, my team's rival, the Florida Panthers, and the defending Stanley Cup champions. If you haven't already, on TikTok, I posted a video of their new rings that they just got. Go ahead and check that out. But, Florida, not going to lie. I know it's my rival team, but I'm not going to lie, this is definitely a clean jersey. One that I would get. There's probably a few players I would get. I'd get either Tkachuk or Reiner or Bobrovsky. I mean, again, Florida Panthers. I actually like their rebrand, but I do kind of miss the old Panthers logo. You know, the one where it was like the arms out, like the Panther was diving at you. I really like that logo, and I wish they would almost do a modern version of that logo on this jersey with like their modern colors. But still a very clean jersey. I won't lie. I'll put this one in A tier. Probably after the Detroit one, because I'm not gonna lie, it is a very clean jersey, and especially when they have the numbers on it, I like it. And I like the side patch where it's like it's the Panther above the Florida flag. And I believe when they have the alternate or actual captains, they also add a little banner under that flag that says captain or I think alternate. So I think like little details like that I really like. So that's why I'm going to put that jersey up there. Now the Montreal Canadiens, this is a classic jersey. This has been one of their home jersey for like forever. I mean, I like the colors where they wear red, white, and blue. Can't go wrong with that. Very solid jersey. I have nothing wrong with Montreal. Would I get this one? I don't think I don't have an immediate want to get this one. It's a good jersey, but like there's just no players I know. But uh, I'd probably still put this one. I would probably still put this one in like I'd put it in like high B tier. I'm not gonna lie, because I do mess with it, but not like that. But again, I'm not gonna lie though. It's an OG. It's still a good jersey. Probably high B tier. Honestly, almost A. Next up, New Jersey Devils. This is actually one that I do want to add to my collection. I want to get a Jack Hughes one. So, I really like New Jersey's logo in general, how it literally does like the NJ with the devil tail and the devil horns at top. The all black on top and then the red and white stripes. This is another one that I really like. I would honestly probably say I'd also put this one like high A before the Florida one. Again, just another jersey that I actually mess with. Buffalo Sabres, or Sabres, however you say it. This one, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like Buffalo's logo, but that's about it for Buffalo. Like I like a lot of their older stuff, especially their black alternate with the white Buffalo called like the goat head. Like those jerseys I really like. This one I'm not big on. I'd probably say it'd be C tier, uh, just behind Tampa Bay, just 'cause that's my favorite team. I'd probably put it there. I mean, it's just kind of simple with like the stripes. The logo does it justice, but just I mean that's about it. I really like a lot of Buffalo's older stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Edmonton, classic jersey. You know, I think Edmonton. I think Connor McDavid, the GOAT. Wayne Gretzky. I'm talking about the GOAT Wayne Gretzky, not Connor McDavid, the GOAT. Although Connor, great player himself. Edmonton, this is another classic jersey. On my scale of possibly getting it, I would probably put this. I'd probably put this in. I'd probably put it in like B tier, just after Pittsburgh. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'd probably also move uh, Montreal's to behind these two. It's probably where I would keep that. Yeah, I mean it's not a bad jersey. I'm not big on blue and orange personally, but I ain't gonna lie, it's still a clean jersey though. The New York Islanders. Um, I'm not gonna lie. This is probably like This is probably gonna be like a low C for me. I've never been big on Islanders stuff. I like their logo and kind of the creativity with it, but like I've never really been big on anything Islanders. Again, I usually end up liking more of like their alternates or some of their retro stuff than like their modern stuff. So I'm not gonna lie, that'd probably be like low C for me. Just personally, not a big Islanders guy. Next up, this is gonna be one of my favorites. Not gonna lie. This is also one that I want to add to my collection, so I'm going to go ahead and do this now. S tier. I really like their jerseys, and this is going to be one that I want to add to my collection. I always like the classic, how the Rangers goes down the side, and then I also like the numbers on the back. I think it's a really unique way they do that. Personally, I want to get a Matt Rempe, however you say it. I want to get one of his jerseys, or even like Igor Shesterkin. But yeah, New York Rangers, one jersey I really like. I like the red, white, and blue. Just a classic jersey for me that I really like. So that one is going to be an S tier. San Jose Sharks. I know the team is not great, but they do got some fire jerseys. I'm not going to lie. I like the Sharks logo, and especially in this one, it's hard to see here, but like on the blue stripe that's on the inside of all the stripes, it actually is like textured a little bit. Almost kind of looks like water, I'm thinking is what they're going for. But overall, really unique colors, like the teal with the black and the white and the shark. I really like it, so I'm not going to lie. This is probably going to be like high A tier. Maybe like before Vancouver, because a lot of these other ones I really do like. But definitely another clean jersey that I wouldn't mind adding to my collection. Now we're down to the final three. Next up, Nashville Predators. I will be looking at them more this year because they got our captain, Steven Stamkos. Miss you, Stammer. Hope you do good in Nashville. But with that being said, let's get into Nashville's jersey. I've always really liked Nashville's logo, the saber-tooth tiger, I believe is what it is. I've always liked that logo. The jersey is really cool, especially the numbers. The way they actually have like claw marks going across the number is really cool. But overall, it's a solid jersey. And it's hard to see in the picture, but like on the back of their neck, it actually says Nashville. And then on the inside of the collar on the back, it's like a piano, and I'm pretty sure that's for being Nashville, being like a music city and stuff like that. So I'm not gonna lie. Overall, though, it's a lot of yellow and a little bit of blue. I wish maybe there was a little more blue on top. But overall, I still really do like this jersey. So this one is probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be like a B tier for me before the Dallas Stars, because I do low-key want to get a Stamkos one, but I think it's a solid place for it. Next up, Utah. Now, I'm not going to lie. They have potential. I like the colors, the black and that blue and white. They have potential, but I hate how they went and wanted to be the Utah Hockey Club before for their inaugural season. Like, I really wish they would have chose a name, but I mean, like, the jerseys are just super simple. Like, and it's almost kind of like they tried to copy New York, the Rangers in a sense. And the jerseys are just super simple. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really like the colors, but just a super simple jersey that's gonna go in F tier. And hate this as you may will, but I'm not gonna lie, I would get this before I'd get the gold Vegas and the all red Calgary. Hate me if you will, but that's just my opinion. Now up to our last one, Washington Capitals. I've always liked the Capitals jerseys. They're a little unique with like the striping and how they have the white, and then the logo itself is kind of iconic as well, I guess you could say. Maybe not as well as their Screaming Eagle one, but overall a solid jersey. I definitely would want to get like an Ovechkin one. So I would say this one would probably go in like probably like B tier before Montreal, because again, that's one that I actually do want to get. But yeah, that is going to wrap it up for my tier list of the NHL home jerseys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you guys completely hate some of my opinions on some of them and think I'm crazy? Or do you actually agree with this list? And don't forget to like, follow, and share. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Become a varsity athlete if you subscribe. That's what we call you guys, our followers. And don't forget to check down in the description. I'm going to be having our TikTok linked on there and our merchandise store. TikTok, we post a lot more often than YouTube. I'm trying to post more on here. But with that being said, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'm out.